So, it is currently 10 o'clock at night, and this is unfortunately my second time recording this, but hopefully I will get this done faster. But I have some very important news, and if you have been on my Discord server or you pay attention to my Tumblr blogs, mostly the TF2 one, you'll know that I have been in a bit of a state of questioning my gender lately. I have been kind of wondering, do I want to identify as a cis female? Do I need to transition to male? This was mainly started by me joining the TF2 fandom and being introduced to the concept of Jeremy, who in some people's eyes is a trans man who's struggling with masculinity, and in others he's a gay guy who's a twink, and others he's just a man struggling with his masculinity because it's the 1960s, 70s, and you know how those eras were, especially in military-like places. Moving on. So after being introduced to this concept and seeing a lot of artwork of Jeremy with Mundy, I started to... my identity as a cis female started to crumble a little because I've actually been in this state of questioning since January, and I've just kind of set it aside, kind of ignored it for a while. I just kept telling myself, hey, we're female, that's fine. But I did eventually come to the realization that I'm not really comfortable with staying with one specific gender for the rest of my life. So, after giving it some long thought, I have come to the conclusion oh dear, oops, I'm going to close the door. I apologize. This is completely unedited because I need to get this message out.
Yep.
Goodness, I need to get this out quick. So, where was I? Oh, yes. I have come to the conclusion that I identify as gender fluid. Well, I had a moment for a while where I was stuck. I was on one side, I was identifying as a cis female, and I kept thinking, like, oh, do I want to make the jump over to being a trans man? But I really didn't feel comfortable making that jump, but I also didn't feel comfortable staying as a female. And then I realized there's a middle ground, aside from non-binary. I do not have anything against non-binary people, but I myself do not want to identify as non-binary for the multiple reasons that honestly I don't really know how to put into words. I just don't feel comfortable with that identity. Anyways, so I realized that there was a middle ground there where I could kind of shift from all of that, because I often do. There are some days where I will cover my chest up as much as I can and ignore the fact that I am a female at birth. And then there are some days where I wear jewelry and I wear, like, purples and mostly girly colors. And I, like, let my chest be out there, kind of. And so I realized a very that this had a name. It was gender fluid. I am gender fluid. And so, what does this mean? Well, this basically just means I am going to start using all of the pronouns. She, her, they, them, and he, him. It does not matter to me which ones you choose. You can call me she, her for the rest of my time knowing you. You can call me he, him. You can call me they, them. I really do not mind, as long as, you know, you're taking into consideration that I am gender fluid. I do not want to be assigned to one specific gender. Because to me, telling someone other than a doctor that I am female or male, that's just a bit much for me. I don't know. Because it always changes. It always seems to be different. And now that I know that that has a name, I am gonna go with that. I'm going to stick with the name I was given. I'm not changing my name at all because I'm perfectly comfortable with my real name. Same goes for online. A lot of you people know me as Amy. I'm still gonna go by that because that's pretty gender neutral. That really goes with any day. Same with Somnolent, which is my username on several platforms. That is the most gender neutral thing I've ever heard. So, and half of the world doesn't even know what that word means. So, I'm going to continue using that. And don't let this change anything. I'm not going to start waving a gender fluid flag around. This is purely so I can use me adding this to the list of my identity is so I can use she, her, and he, him, because those both make me feel very comfortable, and I like using both of them, so it just made sense to me. But please don't let this change anything, especially if you know me in real life or personally. I don't want any of our relationships to change. My sexuality has not changed either. I'm still interested in women. And I just want to say thank you to all of my viewers for listening to this entire thing of me rambling without editing any of this. And I just want to let you guys know about this because this is very important news, and I am so very lucky to have such supportive parents. Of course, they did say something weird at first when I started questioning this. They were like, "Oh, if you become a boy, we get to choose the name." And I told my friends about that, and they're like, "What the fuck?" But it does not matter because I do not want to change my name. But they are so very supportive, and I love them dearly, and I could not be happier and luckier to have such amazing parents and amazing friends who are willing to accept me. And I'm very, very thankful for all of my viewers who are willing to hear me out. And I just wanted to say thank you to the TF2 fandom and to Elliot Page for indirectly helping me with this identity crisis, giving me a glimpse at like something I could do. I'm very thankful to the TF2 fandom for allowing me to see different concepts that I just did not hear about until now. And thank you so much for listening and watching. I will see you guys in the next video.